So guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Will and this is White Bison Outdoors. Today we're going to do an update on a video I did quite a while back. Best hiking boot ever. And that was a review of the Columbia Fairbanks high top, basically. I think they have a mid now and a low. We did it based off the leather-ish version that we had. This guy right here. And I want to do a 3-year checkup on how this thing performs. So let's get in. All right, here it is. So obviously you can tell that this thing is well worn out. I mean, it's still got mud stuck in the treads on the bottom. This is probably 3 years since I've had this, I believe, somewhere around there. And it has been a good boot. I had to replace the laces. You can see they came off something else. They're pretty rough, but I don't really see a reason to only review things when they're brand new because you never know how good they are. Okay, so the first thing about these boots is obviously the tread on the bottom is great. It's wide, it's grippy, it even has some little lugs on the side here, and they're just a good boot. And as you saw in this other video, when I first threw it up there, I had used it previous to that, and it was being a really good shoe. I wore it everywhere. They're super comfortable, and 3 years later, I can tell you this is still one of the most comfortable shoes that I own. So there is that, and you can see it's been through it. The laces have been changed out. I've ripped them. I don't know where these laces came from. And right now they're pretty much just a throwaway boot. I just wear them when I'm doing something that I just need a pair of shoes. I don't care about usually working on a truck or a car or something like that. So this is what it looks like 3 years later, right? You can see that most of this is held up. It's okay. Now, this is my favorite boot ever, and in the other video, I was like, this has got to be the best hiking boot. It's not, it doesn't have all those straps and those wraps and stuff going everywhere. Like, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that looks dorky as heck. And maybe you don't, and I'm sure you're probably wearing a pair right now, because anybody who wears the other style hiking shoes wear them everywhere all day, just like I did with these. So, you know, I guess to each their own. But I can't stand it. Like, I want a pair of boots that looks like a pair of boots, but they walk like a pair of shoes, right? And that's what these were. They looked like a pair of boots, but they wore like a high top sneaker. They're super comfortable. So what's the issue, right? What's the issue? What's the biggest update? And as you can see, I mean, they're pretty decent, especially the tread on the bottom for having been used for as long as I've used them, right? I mean, for 3 years or so, you can see most of it looks decent for 3 years. The biggest issue, because these are supposed to be, as it says here, waterproof, is this right here. As you can see, both boots did the same thing. And I put these through a lot. When I say I wore them every day, I mean I wore them every day. And at the time, I was working for a roofing company. And so I climbed roof with these. And that was probably what did this, because when you're on a roof, you're laying on your side, one of your feet's underneath you to prop you up so you know don't slip off the roof and die, especially up here. The roofs can be pretty tall. But that hole goes all the way in to your sock. So if you get into water, now this is obviously not waterproof. This is the big issue. Now, if this had happened, say 2 years later, I wouldn't say it's that big of a deal. Or even a year and a half, I would expect it to last past that, especially being over $100 for this boot. I think it's $130 when I bought it. The link down below, which is obviously an affiliate link, I have them down there for about $90. Some of them you can get for about $80 something. And the new version, not this one. And I'll show you that in a second. But a year and a half, at least 2 years, 3 years, I would expect kind of this to last. The issue is, this happened in about 6 months. So that makes this not the best hiking boot ever. It's great in every other respect. Everything about this boot is awesome. The only issue that I had with this boot at all is this. And that's a pretty big problem because they need to be waterproof. When I'm up here, when I'm fishing, or if I'm hiking, there are always creeks and little creeks and streams to cross, and you need a waterproof hiking boot. It rains here in the mountains of Appalachia a lot. Here near Asheville and the surrounding areas, it rains. You need a waterproof boot, and I think everybody kind of gets that idea. They're super warm. This Omni Heat lining that they have is super warm. However, like I said, you have to say that that is a big issue. So what are we going to do about it? That's right. We're just going to replace it with the same boot? What? No, not really. So the biggest issue with the other boot was that fake leather looking upper. It's what cracked, and however the material was attached underneath just cracked with it, and I don't know exactly why and what and where that happened, but this boot is the same boot, same size, same everything, and I got mine in the same color just because I like this color. As you can see, the lace is there, and this is probably a year old at this point. These are just as good. They feel just as good. They're super warm, just like I said, and the material that this is made out of is not going to crack right here, as you can tell. I mean, it's just not going to crack. This boot right here is a huge improvement, at least material-wise, over the other boot that I originally had, the other Fairbanks edition. Look-wise, not really. I definitely like the old boots look better than this one because of just the material that this one's made out of, this cloth, and I would rather have the pleather looking upper. But due to the fact that the other one just cracked in half and leaked, I'm about to say this one wins. This one is flexible, just like the other one. I mean, you can just like roll it up. That's not going to crack there. It's going to flex, and it's going to be watertight, just like it's supposed to be in the first place, just like it says right there on the back. So this link is the link that I have changed. Even the original video I made about the other boot, I changed it to this because if you read the comment section or the description underneath, I pretty much tell you that the other boot failed and that this link has been changed up. I made the other video years ago at this point, 3 or 4 years ago, I'm not really sure which, for another channel that I had, and it got a huge amount of views over there, and it was helpful for people, so that channel kind of went defunct, and we shut it down just because I wasn't doing anything with it. And when I restarted this channel, I just wanted to throw it on there to help anyone else out who was looking at these boots. But I want to update that because of what's happened to the other boot. So yeah, the link below is going to link to these boots and not the pleather one. I think you can find those fake leather looking uppers somewhere, I'm sure, and they do obviously look better, but this right here is going to be your best bet when it comes to longevity. Let me see if I can get some more light. Now I got some light on myself. So this boot here is going to be your best bet when it comes to longevity and comfort and warmth and everything else. Like I said, it's got the same Omni Heat, Columbia's Omni Heat lining inside of it. It's super warm. In fact, sometimes it's too warm and it'll make your dang feet sweat. So just kind of consider that with what socks you pair with this. The grips on the bottom are the same. They're super grippy. Can't see that. There we go. You see that? Super grippy. And they're just a great boot. And they lace up good. They fit on your feet well. They give you a good stance. You have a lot of traction, a lot of, what's the word? It gives you a lot of confidence, let's put it that way, when you're on trails and stuff like that. So you're gonna find that on Amazon for less than $100 right now. Pretty much everywhere else, it is still 130 bucks. So use my link there below. Obviously, it helps me out. That's what affiliate links do. I get paid, you don't. I get paid like a couple cents or whatever it is that Amazon decides to give us. In fact, because I found that version of it, you actually pay less than what you would be paying. So you can just hit that link as a thank you. If you're buying this for someone for Christmas or after Christmas, you get them gift cards you really just want to spend, this would be the ticket. I love these boots. They're a great boot, and that's that. All right, so that's going to do it for today's boot review. I have 2 other boots I'm going to do as well. Another Columbia boot that is like a snow boot. It's a full, I guess a mid-calf. I don't know what it would be. I think it's about a 10-inch, 12-inch upper, and it keeps your feet super warm, super dry. It's one of the best boots I've ever had as far as all-around snow muck type boot. and a lot of the same technology that's in this boot we reviewed today is in that one. And then I want to review the pair of Eddie Bauer mock toes that I have that I love. I wear a lot as well. You guys can kind of see what I wear and how they function in the real world and those kind of things. That's what we want to show here on this channel. We want to show real world reviews, things that all of us can actually use and not have to worry about whether it's going to suck or not. You can kind of leave that up to me and I'll show it to you first. If it does suck, like the other boot, which I really loved until the fact that it started leaking like a sieve, I'll tell you that. And that's what we're doing here today. So if you like what we had today, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications and all that good stuff. And tell someone else about it. And buy some of these boots through my links. And give me a couple extra spending bucks for fishing gear, or maybe some new fishing rods for my daughters and all that good stuff. So anyways, we'll see you guys later. Until next time, keep it clean, keep it open. And remember, adventure favors the bold. So be bold, or not, if you don't like adventure.